Some betrayals cut so deep you never see them coming. This is the story of how my best friend stole the man I was supposed to marry, and how karma delivered the most poetic justice I could have ever imagined. My name is Sarah, and 3 years ago, I thought I had it all figured out. I was 28, engaged to the love of my life, and my maid of honor was going to be the girl who'd been my best friend since we were 12. Her name was Jessica, and I trusted her with everything. My secrets, my fears, my dreams, and most foolishly, my fiancé. Marcus proposed to me on a beach in Santorini. The sunset painted the sky in shades of gold and crimson as he got down on one knee. I remember crying so hard I could barely say yes. When we got back home, the first person I called was Jessica. She screamed with excitement, told me she was so happy for us, that we were meant to be. Looking back now, I wonder if she was already planning it then. The wedding was 8 months away, and Jessica threw herself into helping me plan every detail. She came dress shopping with me, she tasted cake samples, she helped me pick out centerpieces and color schemes. I thought she was being the perfect best friend. I had no idea she was studying my relationship, learning Marcus's patterns, figuring out exactly how to insert herself between us. It started with little things. I didn't notice at first. Jessica began showing up at our apartment more often. She'd text Marcus directly instead of going through me. She'd laugh a little too hard at his jokes, wear perfume that she knew he liked. But I was blind to it all because I trusted them both completely. The cracks started showing 3 months before the wedding. Marcus became distant. He'd check his phone constantly and angle it away from me. He started working late more often, coming home smelling like perfume that wasn't mine. When I asked him about it, he'd get defensive, tell me I was being paranoid, that wedding stress was making me crazy. Jessica, meanwhile, became my shoulder to cry on. She'd listen to me complain about Marcus pulling away, and she'd reassure me that it was just cold feet, that all men get nervous before marriage. She'd hug me and tell me everything would be okay. The whole time, she was the reason everything was falling apart. I found out 2 months before the wedding. I came home early from work one day, feeling sick. I opened the door to my own apartment and heard sounds coming from my bedroom. Laughter. Her laughter. His laughter. The kind of intimate, quiet laughter that only happens between two people who think they're alone.
My hands were shaking as I walked down the hallway. Part of me knew what I was about to see, but my brain refused to process it. I pushed open the bedroom door, and there they were, in my bed, wearing my engagement sheets, under the fairy lights I'd hung up because Marcus said they made the room feel magical. Jessica's eyes went wide when she saw me. Marcus jumped up, scrambling for his clothes. I just stood there, frozen, unable to speak, unable to breathe, unable to understand how the two people I loved most in the world could do this to me. Marcus tried to explain. He said it just happened, that they didn't mean for it to happen, that they'd fallen in love and couldn't help it. Jessica started crying, saying she was sorry, that she never wanted to hurt me, but that sometimes you can't control who you love. I remember thinking how convenient it was that she couldn't control falling in love with the man I was about to marry. I told them both to get out. I threw the engagement ring at Marcus and it bounced off his chest and rolled under the dresser. I told Jessica that I never wanted to see her again, that 16 years of friendship meant nothing now, that she was dead to me. She cried harder and tried to hug me. I pushed her away so hard she stumbled backwards. After they left, I collapsed on my kitchen floor and cried for 3 hours straight. My entire life had imploded in a matter of minutes. The wedding was canceled. The deposits were lost. I had to call everyone and explain what happened. My mom cried. My dad wanted to go find Marcus. My other friends rallied around me, but there was a hole where Jessica used to be that felt like it would never heal. The worst part wasn't even the betrayal itself. It was the humiliation. Everyone knew. Our mutual friends had to pick sides. People gossiped. Some blamed me, said I must have been a bad fiancé, that I must have driven him away. Others pitied me, which somehow felt worse. Marcus and Jessica moved in together 2 weeks after I kicked them out. 2 weeks! They'd probably been planning it for months. Jessica posted photos of them on social media, looking happy, looking in love. She wore the smile I thought was reserved for celebrating my happiness. He looked at her the way he used to look at me. I fell apart for a while. I stopped going to work, stopped eating, stopped showering. My sister finally dragged me out of bed and forced me to see a therapist. Slowly, painfully, I started putting myself back together. But I'd be lying if I said I didn't fantasize about revenge, about them suffering the way they made me suffer. A year passed. I threw myself into my career. I got a promotion, started working out, went on a few dates that went nowhere. I was healing, but there was still this bitter, angry part of me that wanted them to pay for what they did. I wanted them to hurt. I wanted their relationship to crumble. I wanted them to realize that what they'd built on my broken heart would never stand. But I didn't do anything. I didn't have to. Because karma was already working behind the scenes, preparing the most beautiful justice I could have imagined. 18 months after the betrayal, I got a text from a mutual friend, a screenshot. Jessica had posted a long, emotional message on social media. My hands trembled as I read it. Marcus had cheated on her, with someone she worked with for 6 months. She'd found out the same way I did, walking in on them.
I sat there staring at my phone, and I started laughing. Not a happy laugh. A wild, incredulous, can you believe this laugh? The man who destroyed our friendship by cheating on me had cheated on her. The universe had given them exactly what they deserved, and it didn't require any effort from me at all. But the story doesn't end there. A week later, Jessica called me. I almost didn't answer. My finger hovered over the decline button for several seconds. But curiosity won. I wanted to hear what she possibly had to say to me after all this time. Her voice was small and broken. She apologized, said she understood if I hated her forever, said she'd been stupid and selfish, and that she'd destroyed the most important friendship of her life for a man who wasn't worth it. She said she finally understood how much she'd hurt me because now she was living it. The betrayal, the humiliation, the feeling that you can't trust your own judgment anymore. Part of me wanted to gloat, to tell her she got what she deserved, to hang up and block her number. But another part of me, the part that had spent a year in therapy learning to let go of anger, just felt tired. And maybe, in a twisted way, a little bit vindicated. I didn't forgive her. I told her I appreciated the apology, but that our friendship was over, that some things you can't come back from. She cried and said she understood. We hung up, and I blocked her number. Not out of anger anymore, but out of self-preservation. Marcus tried to come back to me. Can you believe it? 3 months after Jessica caught him cheating, he showed up at my door with flowers and a speech about making the biggest mistake of his life. He said he realized I was the one all along, that he'd been an idiot, that if I gave him another chance, he'd spend the rest of his life making it up to me. I looked at him, standing there with his flowers and his regret, and I felt nothing. Not anger, not love, nothing. That's when I knew I was truly healed. I told him no. I told him I'd moved on and that he needed to do the same. I closed the door in his face and went back to watching my show. Here's where the revenge gets sweet. While Marcus and Jessica were destroying each other, I was building myself back up. I met someone new. His name is Daniel, and he's everything Marcus wasn't. Kind, honest, loyal. He doesn't have to tell me he'd never cheat on me because I can see it in everything he does. He treats me like I'm precious, like I'm chosen every single day. We got engaged 6 months ago. The proposal was simple, at home, Just the two of us and our cat. No beach sunset, no grand gesture. Just him telling me that he wanted to spend forever making me happy. And I said yes, without a single doubt in my mind. I didn't post it on social media. I didn't need to. But word got around anyway. Small town, you know. I heard through the grapevine that Jessica saw the announcement, that she cried for days, that Marcus spiraled when he found out, realizing he'd lost me for good.
And you know what? I didn't feel happy about their pain. I didn't feel victorious. I just felt grateful. Grateful that they showed me who they really were before I married Marcus. Grateful that I got a second chance at real love. Grateful that karma did its job without me having to lift a finger. My wedding is next month. Small ceremony, close friends and family only. Jessica and Marcus won't be there. They're not even a thought in my mind anymore. They're just characters in a chapter of my life that's closed now. Daniel's vows are already making me cry, and we're still rehearsing them. He tells me every day that their betrayal was the universe's way of clearing the path for us to find each other. That I had to go through that hell to get to this heaven. And maybe he's right. I saw Jessica a few weeks ago. We passed each other in a grocery store. She looked tired, older. There were dark circles under her eyes. She opened her mouth like she wanted to say something, but I just walked past her. Not out of cruelty, but because there was nothing left to say. I'm not going to pretend the betrayal didn't damage me. I have trust issues now. I watch Daniel's phone sometimes when I shouldn't. I have nightmares occasionally where I'm back in that hallway, walking toward that bedroom door. Therapy helps, but some scars never fully fade. But here's what I learned. The best revenge isn't plotting or scheming or trying to hurt the people who hurt you. The best revenge is building a life so good, so full, so genuinely happy that they become irrelevant. It's healing. It's moving forward. It's finding someone who would never betray you because they understand how rare and precious real love is. Marcus and Jessica wanted each other so badly they were willing to destroy me to have it. And what did they get? A relationship built on lies that crumbled the same way it was built. Meanwhile, I got Daniel. I got genuine love. I got a partner who chose me and keeps choosing me. People ask me if I forgive them. The honest answer is, I don't think about them enough to forgive or not forgive. They're just not part of my story anymore. They're a plot twist that led me to my happy ending. Life gave me the sweetest revenge by simply letting me be happy while they sabotaged themselves. I didn't have to do anything. Karma did it all. And somehow, that makes it even better. So if you're going through a betrayal right now, if someone you trusted destroyed you, I want you to know something. It feels like the end of the world. It feels like you'll never recover. It feels like they won and you lost. But that's not how this story ends. Build yourself back up. Go to therapy. Lean on people who actually love you. Focus on becoming the best version of yourself, and then watch as the universe handles the people who wronged you. Because it will. Maybe not in the way you expect, maybe not on your timeline, but justice has a way of finding people who deserve it. I'm getting married next month to a man who looks at me like I hung the moon. Jessica is alone. dealing with the consequences of her choices. Marcus is alone, realizing he lost the best thing that ever happened to him. And I'm here, genuinely happy, planning my future with someone who actually deserves me. That's the sweetest revenge of all. Not their suffering, my happiness. Because at the end of the day, the best way to get back at someone who tried to destroy you is to build an incredible life anyway. To thrive, to glow up, to be so genuinely content that they become nothing more than a cautionary tale you barely remember. They thought they were writing my ending. Instead, they were just clearing the stage for my real love story to begin. And that is something I will be grateful for in a twisted way for the rest of my life. The universe has a funny way of balancing things out. You just have to be patient enough to let it work.